Have you ever laid down at night, shut off the light, and hoped for a full night's rest, only to find yourself staring at the clock at 3 in the morning? You close your eyes, you shift your pillow, but the silence of the night feels louder than ever. And when dawn finally comes, you rise groggy, foggy, and wishing for just one more hour of deep, healing sleep. This isn't just a small annoyance. For many people, especially as we age, waking up between 3 and 5 in the morning becomes a pattern. And here's the thing, your body isn't doing this by accident. There are reasons, very real, very human reasons, that your sleep gets interrupted at the same time, night after night. Think about it. When you were younger, didn't it seem easier to drift into sleep and stay asleep until morning? Now the same bed, the same house, the same you, yet sleep slips away. Why? That's the question we're going to explore together. Because sleep isn't simply about resting. For people over 60, a good night's sleep can mean sharper memory, steadier balance, lower risk of heart problems, and even a brighter mood the next day. Instead of dragging through the morning with heavy eyes, imagine waking up refreshed, able to enjoy breakfast without the fog. Instead of dreading the long nights, imagine slipping into a sleep that carries you gently until morning. So what is stealing that gift from you? Is it something in your daily routine? Could it be stress tugging at your mind? Or maybe it's your body whispering for fuel in the middle of the night. We'll uncover each of these one by one. Stay with me, because once you know the why, the how to sleep better will finally make sense. Let's begin with the choices we make before bedtime. They may seem small, but they can decide whether you sleep soundly or wake up restless at 3 in the morning. Take caffeine, for example. That evening cup of coffee or even a little chocolate can linger in your system for hours. Instead of helping you relax, it keeps your brain alert, almost as if it's nudging you awake when you should be resting. And what about alcohol? Many people believe a drink at night helps them fall asleep faster. It might put you to sleep quickly, yes. But instead of deep, restorative rest, alcohol shortens your sleep cycles. You wake more often, and the sleep you do get is lighter. It's like choosing a chair nap instead of a real night in bed. You wake up tired instead of refreshed. Food plays its part too. Eating a heavy meal late at night makes your body work overtime to digest it. Instead of focusing on rest, your system is busy breaking down food. That effort can disturb your sleep and make those 3 a.m. wake-ups even more likely. So ask yourself, do you want your nights to be a time of healing or a time when your body is still fighting with coffee, alcohol, or late dinners? By choosing lighter habits in the evening, you give yourself the chance to enjoy mornings that feel steady, calm, and clear. Now let's talk about the glow that keeps so many of us awake. The screens we can't seem to put down. Phones, tablets, or even the television. They all shine with blue light, and that light tells your brain, stay awake. Instead of producing melatonin, the sleep hormone, your body gets the signal that it's still daytime. Have you ever noticed how you tell yourself, just 5 more minutes of scrolling, and before you know it, an hour has slipped away? The clock creeps past midnight, and your mind is still busy with news, videos, or endless updates. By the time you set the phone down, your brain is buzzing, not ready to drift into sleep. And here's the problem. That habit doesn't just delay bedtime, it cuts into the quality of the rest you do get. Instead of sinking into deep, uninterrupted sleep, you're more likely to wake up during the night. Compare it this way. Instead of your brain floating peacefully down a calm river of sleep, it's like paddling through choppy waters, always at risk of being jolted awake. So rather than scrolling under the covers, try giving yourself a screen curfew. Let your evenings grow darker and calmer, because the quieter your mind before bed, the smoother the path into deep, lasting rest. Isn't that what we're really looking for? Another habit that slips under the radar is the late afternoon nap. A short nap at midday can refresh you, yes, but if you doze too late in the day, your body may still be alert when bedtime comes. Instead of drifting off easily, you lie awake, turning from side to side, and later find yourself waking up at 3 in the morning. Smoking has its role too. Nicotine is a stimulant, just like caffeine. A cigarette in the evening might feel calming in the moment, but it keeps your nervous system alert. And that alertness doesn't disappear just because you've gone to bed. But let's not forget the everyday interruptions that so many of us live with. Maybe it's a beloved pet pawing at you in the middle of the night, asking to go outside. Maybe it's the need to use the bathroom more often as we age, or even something as simple as a neighbor's late night noise, or birds chirping at dawn. These small disturbances may not seem serious, but over time, they train your body to expect broken sleep. So ask yourself, instead of letting naps, nicotine, or nightly interruptions steal your rest, wouldn't it be better to set gentle boundaries? Earlier naps, a smoke-free evening, and a calming bedtime routine. These little choices can turn restless nights into steady, healing sleep. Now let's move into something less visible, but even more powerful. The way stress and anxiety steal your rest. Have you ever gone to bed with your body tired, but your mind racing? You replay conversations, worry about tomorrow, or think about problems from the past. Instead of sinking into sleep, your brain sounds the alarm. Here's why that happens. Stress triggers the body's fight or flight system. Your heart beats faster, your breathing quickens, and stress hormones flood your bloodstream. Even if you're lying in bed, your body acts as though danger is near. And in that state, how can sleep possibly come easily? Research with older adults has shown that poor sleep and stress often go hand in hand. A 2020 study found that seniors with poor sleep had lower heart rate variability, meaning their bodies stayed tense and alert instead of relaxing into rest. Another study in 2022 showed that higher anxiety levels directly weaken the body's ability to calm itself at night. Both studies confirm what many of us already feel. When the mind won't rest, the body won't either. Think about it this way. Instead of gently gliding down into deep rest, stress keeps you bouncing on the surface, awake at the smallest sound. But if you learn to calm your mind before bed, through breathing, prayer, or a quiet routine, you can invite your body back into balance. Wouldn't it be a relief to drift into sleep with peace instead of tension? There's another quiet thief of sleep we don't always talk about: loneliness. Many people over 60 share that nights feel the hardest, when the house is silent and memories grow heavy. The loss of a spouse, children moving away, or the absence of close friends can leave the evenings feeling longer than ever. And when sadness or worry fills the night, sleep often slips away. Depression and loneliness are not just feelings of the heart, they reach into the body. Researchers in 2025 found that loneliness in older adults often leads to higher rates of depression, and much of this effect is carried through poor sleep. In other words, when we feel isolated, it isn't only our mood that suffers. Our sleep becomes fragile too. And fragile sleep leaves us even more vulnerable to sadness the next day. It's a cycle that feels hard to break. Think about it. Instead of your bed being a place of comfort, it can feel like a place of echo where worries sound louder. Instead of mornings bringing energy, they can bring heaviness. But here's the hope. By working on sleep, you don't just improve rest. You also protect your mind, lifting some of the weight of loneliness. So when you wake at 3 a.m. feeling alone, remember, your body and spirit are connected. Taking care of your sleep is one of the kindest ways you can take care of your heart too. Doesn't that make sleep feel even more valuable? So how do we break this cycle of stress, sadness, and sleepless nights? The answer isn't always complicated. Simple, steady habits can help calm the mind and prepare the body for rest. A guided meditation, even for just 10 minutes, can slow racing thoughts. Deep breathing exercises can steady the heart and remind the nervous system that it is safe. A warm shower or bath can relax tense muscles, signaling the body that bedtime has truly arrived. Think of it like this. Instead of carrying the weight of the day into the night, these small practices let you set that weight down before climbing into bed. And by doing so, you create space for sleep to enter naturally. Wouldn't it be a comfort to close your eyes knowing you've given your body and mind permission to rest? These are gentle tools, but when practiced often, they can turn restless nights into peaceful ones. When we think about sleep, we often imagine the body shutting down. But the truth is, your brain stays remarkably busy through the night. While you rest, it sorts and stores memories, repairs connections, and clears away waste. All of this work requires fuel, steady energy to keep the brain's engine running. Now here's where it gets interesting. The brain is only about 2% of your body weight, yet it consumes nearly 20% of your body's energy. Even as you sleep, that demand doesn't stop. It's like a small town with lights burning all night long. If your body doesn't have enough energy stored, the brain senses the shortage. And when fuel runs low, it does what it's designed to do. It wakes you up. Instead of sleeping soundly until morning, you may find yourself stirring around 3 or 4 in the morning, feeling oddly alert or even hungry. It isn't random. It's your brain's way of saying, I need more fuel. Doesn't it make sense now why your nights might be broken even when you go to bed on time? So what happens when your brain senses that fuel shortage? It calls for backup. When blood sugar drops too low during the night, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone, to nudge you awake. That little jolt is designed to get you out of bed, into the kitchen, and reaching for something to eat. It's an ancient survival system. But in today's world, it can be the very reason you're staring at the clock at 3 a.m. Think of it like this. Instead of gliding through the night on a steady stream of energy, your brain suddenly slams on the brakes, demanding more fuel. And rather than staying asleep, you wake up, restless, sometimes even with a craving for a midnight snack. Many people don't realize this connection, but it's one of the most common hidden causes of early waking. A 2015 study confirmed this link, showing that older adults with disturbed sleep patterns often had higher fasting glucose and poor insulin sensitivity. In other words, the relationship between blood sugar and sleep runs both ways. Poor sleep affects glucose, and unstable glucose affects sleep. No wonder the night feels broken when your body can't keep that balance. If low blood sugar is part of the problem, what can you do to keep your night steady? The good news is, there are simple steps that can make a real difference. One option is to enjoy a small, balanced snack before bed. Something with protein and complex carbohydrates, like a slice of whole grain toast with a little peanut butter. This helps keep your blood sugar stable through the night, so your brain doesn't panic and wake you up. Nutrients can also play a role. Many older adults are low in magnesium, and stress can deplete it even further. Studies suggest that magnesium glycinate may support both calmer nerves and steadier sleep, without the laxative effect of other forms. Vitamin B12 is another important piece. Low levels can cause fatigue, nerve problems, and disrupted rest. Several viewers in the community even shared how getting B12 injections made a difference in their energy and their sleep. Think about it this way. Instead of waking hungry and restless at 3 a.m., wouldn't it be better to glide through the night with your body fueled and your brain content? By giving your system the support it needs before bedtime, you can trade broken nights for mornings that feel clear and refreshed. For centuries, people have searched for meaning in the hours between 3 and 5 in the morning. Some call it the witching hour, while others believe it's a sacred time to pray, meditate, or listen for spiritual guidance. Even today, many viewers share that they were taught those early hours are holy, meant for reflection or connection with something greater than ourselves. And here's the important thing. Beliefs like these deserve respect. For some, the thought that waking at 3 a.m. carries spiritual meaning, brings comfort, and even peace. In moments of loneliness, that perspective can feel reassuring. After all, the night is when our thoughts are loudest, and a sense of purpose can soften the edge of wakefulness. But alongside these beliefs, science offers its own explanations. Research tells us that stress, lifestyle habits, and blood sugar shifts can all nudge the body awake during those hours. In other words, what feels mysterious may also have very practical causes. Neither view cancels out the other. Spiritual meaning can coexist with biology, and sometimes both can be true at once. Think of it this way. Instead of seeing your waking as punishment or a curse, you can see it as information. Maybe it's a call to prayer, or maybe it's your body asking for better balance. Either way, it's a chance to care for yourself more deeply. Wouldn't it be empowering to see those early hours, not as lost time, but as a signal? One that guides you toward healthier nights and stronger mornings? By holding space for both belief and science, we honor the whole person, the mind, the body, and the spirit. And isn't that the kind of care we all deserve, especially as we grow older? So why do so many of us wake between 3 and 5 in the morning? The truth is, there isn't just one answer. For some, it's the habits of daily life, coffee too late, heavy dinners, or glowing screens that trick the brain into staying awake. For others, it's the weight of stress, anxiety, or loneliness pressing on the mind, keeping the body from truly resting. And still, for many, it's the hidden rhythm of blood sugar, pulling us out of sleep when the brain runs low on fuel. Each of these causes matters because each one steals the chance for deep, healing rest. And yet, each one also offers a doorway to change. By adjusting small habits, calming the mind, or fueling the body more wisely, you can rebuild the kind of sleep that restores instead of exhausts. Think about the difference. Instead of dragging through the day with heavy eyes, you wake steady and clear. Instead of lying awake at night in frustration, you slip into a rest that carries you until morning. And beyond the night itself, good sleep brings sharper memory, steadier balance, lower risk for heart problems, and even brighter moods. The next time you find yourself awake in the dark hours, remember, it isn't your fault, and it isn't hopeless. Your body is speaking, and with patience, you can answer. Isn't it worth the effort to reclaim your nights, and in doing so, reclaim your mornings, your health, and your joy? Now, I'd like to hear from you. Do you often wake between 3 and 5 in the morning? And if so, what do you think is behind it? Your habits, your stress, your blood sugar, or maybe something else entirely? Share your story in the comments. You might be surprised at how many people feel the same way. And your words could bring comfort to someone struggling tonight. If this video gave you a new perspective, consider sharing it with a friend or loved one. So many people quietly wrestle with broken sleep, and sometimes just knowing the reasons and knowing they're not alone can make all the difference. And if you'd like more videos like this, filled with insights, gentle guidance, and science you can trust, make sure to subscribe. We'll keep exploring the questions that matter most to your well-being, one step at a time. Because sleep is more than just closing your eyes. It's a foundation for health, energy, and peace of mind. And everyone deserves nights that restore and mornings that uplift. Let's take this journey together. Are you ready for better sleep?